Okay, folks, welcome back. Let me just make sure this damn thing's on. Yeah, it is on. Welcome back. Okay, so all night last night, essentially sat here, worked. I mean, look at the room now. See? Little junk on the floor, but that's because I'm over there working. But, all the stuff cleaned up. Sides, nice. Everything's real nice. But, let me get this. Everything's nice, but, in typical fashion, there was issues. I want to show you too the other part, reality too of HiFi. Because it's not just always awesome. There's a lot of times that it takes a ton of patience. And so I might as well bring you along and tell you and make you hip to that as well. So for instance, okay, so I changed the rig. Okay, so check this out. Couple days ago, I had the rig dialed in to like phenomenal proportions. Okay, that was after 2 weeks. I've been 2 weeks. That means probably on about 4 different occasions, I had another person here, and together we were tweaking the rig. Meaning, I'm making a change, he's listening. We're both back and forth. Did you hear? Is it better or that? Like that kind of thing, for like 4 or 5 hours at a time per shot. Until finally, okay, after like the 4th time, you've got it completely dialed. And that's where I got that, you get the, oh my God, I'm there, it's live. It sounds just like a real, it's like indistinguishable. You close your eyes, you can't tell, you could really be at a jazz club or whatever. And it's that believable that it's like goosebumps, Anyways, it takes a while to do that. So, okay, you get it dialed like that, and then all of a sudden, okay, so you remember there was the stack of components, right? That was temporary, but I had like 5 things, the DACs and stuff all stacked. Crossover was on the bottom. Well, I was getting a weird noise out of the left mid-range, and I traced it back to the crossover. So that means, okay, great, I got to take everything off this whole stack apart and pull the crossover out, open it up, and let me look in there and see if anything looks out of whack. And the crossover that I have has these module boards that click in. So I figured I'll just reseat those modules and I should be good, And so hopefully, right? So I did that. I pulled them out, reseated them, all that kind of stuff, put it back in. Golden, no noise at all. Okay, great. So then I've got the AGD. See, remember the AGD amps, those Class Ds that are down here? Okay. Those puppies, Okay, well, those are coming through. I've got them going for a demo, and I needed to put them in and check them out, make sure they're working well, and then I was going to do a video, showing with all. See, these are all 3, 1, 2, 3 AGDs, and then that one's a Roland, and so it's 100% Class D, and I wanted to show that before they have to go. They have to go tomorrow. I can't take any longer. So I had to disassemble, pull the rig apart, and put these guys in. And anytime, if you spend a long time setting your rig up, once you pull it down, you have to go through the same thing over again. And it's like, and I always forget that. Always. I'm like, oh yeah, come by tomorrow. I mean, it's cool. We're good. Well, actually, I knew he was coming for a while, for like over a week. I knew he was coming, but I had no choice. There was noise in the crossover. I couldn't have that. So I had to pull it apart. But nonetheless, the moral of the story and what's going on now, it sounds like a crap right now. Okay, something is up. First, there was something wrong in the right channel. I've got more gain in the right channel than in the left channel. So that's bugging me. I've got to find out where that is. It's bass limp, meaning, it's got no bass. And man, I had it so dialed. We had an overabundance of bass the other day, and I had to pull it back. Now it's just like limp, no bass, no, and I've got 900 watts going to each sub tower, and I've got like nothing. What that means is, if you can tell, like back in the corners, I cleaned a lot of the junk out of the corners. There's no stack here. So in other words, the room, the crap in the room has shifted. Now this is over here. This is different. These are, everything's a little bit different, and it makes a huge difference on the way the room sounds. Like all of a sudden I've got no bass because I adjusted the bass for the way the room was before with the more junk in the corners, right? So now I've got to go back and do the whole thing over again. I've got to sit and take, and you know what? That's Dale's. That's mine's about to be mine, most likely. I'm gonna trade for that. But so that Rachna has to come out. That's gonna be gone. I'll have to get my streamer. My streamer is right above on top. Whoops, where is it? Oh, way up. Right, yeah, there it is. Ooh. Anyways, so actually APL makes a streamer that he's got me one up because he's got 100% linear motherboard power supply. There's not one switching mode power at all on his motherboard, and I'm like, damn, dude, that's killer. So that's where you make it yourself, or you have it made for you. When I was talking about that, so anyway, so I'll probably get that streamer, I think, because it's got to be better than mine for sure. I would imagine because I'm just using one that has switching mode power supplies on the motherboard, and then I'm making a linear power supply power that motherboard. But what's the use if you're powering up switching devices anyways? So anyways, so now and then and so now, man, it's like my joy for the HiFi, it's like just dwindled down, man. It's like I feel burnt, like just a little toasted from it. So I'd figure, I'm not going to blow sunshine up your butt about how great it is. Listen, HiFi is phenom. It's my thing. But this is what happens, and it requires patience. And what I'm trying to really, I guess the point I'm trying to get across to you guys is to not give up when it gets like this, because everybody goes through this crap where it sounds like crap, and it's not working right. And one thing, it's so frustrating, and you're just like, ugh. I can't take it. I want to just turn the lights out and bail out of here. And I do. I just bail from the room. I close it down. I bail from the room. I go do something else and, just watch TV or freaking do nothing or whatever, go to the shop and do something else, and forget about it, So don't give up, because a lot of people will, man, the worst is trying out new things. People put new things in and they think they can tell immediately if it's going to work or not. And that's the biggest mistake you'll ever make in HiFi, is to not listen to something long enough to get to know it, because you need to know its character. First of all, it takes 2 days to settle into your rig anyways, to get all its stuff charged up, back charged from, and sort of settle into your rig. It's going to take 24 to 48 hours. You need at least that amount for it to come to its operating potential. And then you don't even know its character. So you have to spend more time with it getting to know its character so you know how to properly match to it. Because if it doesn't sound exactly the way you're looking for when you first listen, then you have to decide, is this piece bring something else that is more important than what I have now, so I get rid of something I have now and I keep this new piece? Or do I just not get the new piece and keep the other thing that I really like? So let's say it's a preamp or some speakers. It might be, you get this new piece and boy, it's such a good piece that you figure, I'm just going to get rid of my speakers and get some speakers that work better with this thing, because I like what it'll do better than if I just got rid of the piece that I just tried and kept the old speakers. So hope that makes sense. You gotta have tons of patience. This takes tons and tons of patience. But I'm telling you, when it gets to the point where you're dialed in, there is no substitute. There's no substitute for music lovers, anyways. It's just incredible. And what was I going to say about that? Normally, I'd be set by now and I wouldn't have to mess with this. But because I do this for a job and this is my career, and product is constantly moving in and out of here, I've got to test things for people or for myself so that I know what it sounds like so I can talk about it, just whatever. So I've always got things going in and out, which is that's frustrating in itself, because I could just get it dialed in and just don't touch it. That's how it normally would be, right? Don't touch a thing and just leave it, and then it's going to be the best every time I come in here. But unfortunately, I don't get that luxury that you guys do, which is you can just set up and leave it because you don't have to pull that out for this guy or that guy to demo or whatever. So but I'm gonna let you know when things like this happen so you can realize, I'm not just showing you one side of things and trying to, market something or whatever. I'm gonna show you the whole picture, just like, sort of have from the beginning. So, anyways, so that's that. This rig will take. I mean, I don't know and it is Jim, by the way, coming by. Hopefully he comes by tomorrow. We said maybe tomorrow. I had to postpone because the rig when this morning when it was just before 11, there was a total ground loop, man. It was just like a ground loop, and it was like and one of the sides that something was like popping and stuff and I had to, there's no way I couldn't have him come. So or I said if it doesn't matter then come anyways. But this is what the situation. Can you come tomorrow? And he said, yeah, let me try to come tomorrow. I got other things I can do today. So cool, he can come tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be better than where it's at right now. But at least now he can hear what the room acoustics sound like. It's not going to be dialed where I can say like check out my prowess on how I can set stuff up. Because I am good at it, but I take time. It's not something that happens right away. I'm really patient, and I will just wait, and I'll take weeks to do it. If it takes, that's what it takes, because I will get it. I'll get it. So, anyways, that's a little catch up. Did not get to do the acoustic thing today because just like I thought. Of course, every time if you wait till the last minute to set up a rig. For some event that's going to happen, and that's what happens with us at the shows all the time. It's like it sounds horrible until you get all the little gremlins worked out of it, and so that's what happened this morning. So we're gonna try and reschedule, do it tomorrow. I could always go back to my old setup, pull the AGDs out. There's nothing wrong with the AGDs, mind you. It's just a matter of the rig was set for different amps. I had it totally dialed in for Roland Class AB, and now we're AGD Class D. So it's a different tuning process. It's a different tuning, So I've got to retune now and go back through. I may do that, or I may just go back to the Rolands and send these off to where they're going. But anyways, I'll be back shortly. So anyways, thanks for joining, and see you.